Do you remember what it felt like to get up from a chair without thinking about it? To climb stairs without your legs trembling? To carry groceries from the car without stopping halfway? If those things feel harder now than they did 5 years ago, it is not simply because you are older. It is because of a condition called sarcopenia, the gradual, accelerating loss of muscle mass that begins after 40 and speeds up dramatically after 60. Over 30% of adults over 60 are already affected, and most of them have no idea. Here is what makes sarcopenia so dangerous. Weak muscles do not just limit your activities. They raise your fall risk, fracture risk, and according to research, even your risk of early death. But the research also shows that specific nutrients from whole foods can slow sarcopenia, support muscle repair, and help you regain strength that most people assume is gone forever. 7 fruits contain those nutrients. We are ranking them from helpful to extraordinary, and we have saved the most surprising for last. Let's start right now. Fruit number 7. Most people think of prunes as a digestive aid. And yes, they do support healthy digestion. But there is a reason researchers studying aging and muscle strength keep returning to this small, overlooked fruit. Prunes contain more potassium per 100 grams than bananas, over 700 milligrams in a standard serving. And potassium is not just a hydration mineral. It is the primary electrolyte that regulates muscle contraction at the cellular level. Every muscle movement, from standing to walking to reaching overhead, depends on a precise potassium-driven electrical signal passing from nerve to muscle fiber. When potassium is insufficient, muscles contract weakly, fatigue rapidly, and cramp unpredictably. Research has found that maintaining adequate potassium intake reduces the risk of clinically significant muscle weakness in older adults by as much as a third, a meaningful protection from one of the most common causes of loss of independence after 60. Prunes are also dense with phenolic antioxidants, natural plant compounds that specifically target the chronic low-grade inflammation that is one of sarcopenia's primary drivers. When muscles are in a chronically inflamed state, protein breakdown accelerates and protein synthesis slows, creating the negative muscle balance that causes progressive weakness regardless of how well you eat otherwise. Prune phenolics help moderate this inflammatory state, giving your muscles a more favorable environment for repair and maintenance. Additionally, prunes provide vitamin K, the nutrient most directly involved in bone mineralization. Strong bones and strong muscles work together to maintain your balance, stability, and overall physical independence. You cannot fully protect one without the other. Tip: 3 to 4 prunes daily, eaten as a snack, added to oatmeal, or blended into a morning smoothie. For better nutrient absorption, try soaking prunes overnight in warm water and drinking the soaking liquid the following morning alongside the fruit. This simple preparation increases the availability of potassium and phenolics from the prune tissue into a more immediately absorbable form. Next, a fruit whose specific compound has been studied for its direct effects on the energy production machinery inside aging muscle cells. Red grapes contain resveratrol, one of the most studied natural compounds in aging research, concentrated primarily in the skin and seeds. And for senior muscle health specifically, resveratrol's most significant documented effect is on mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are the energy-producing structures inside every muscle cell. They generate the ADP that powers every muscle contraction. After 60, mitochondrial efficiency declines significantly, and this decline is directly responsible for much of the fatigue, weakness, and reduced endurance that most seniors experience. Muscles that cannot efficiently produce energy cannot fully contract, recover, or maintain their mass over time. Resveratrol activates a protein called SART1, a cellular longevity regulator that specifically improves mitochondrial efficiency in aging tissue. Research has found that resveratrol supplementation improved mitochondrial function and physical performance measures in older adults, producing measurable differences in endurance, strength, and recovery compared to control groups. Red grapes also contain flavonoids that reduce oxidative stress in muscle tissue, the cellular damage that accumulates from decades of inflammation and that progressively erodes muscle fiber integrity. Research suggests that consuming approximately 200 grams of red grapes daily, about a generous cup, may help reduce age-related muscle loss by meaningful amounts over time. Tip: Choose red grapes with thicker, darker skins. Resveratrol concentration is directly proportional to skin thickness and color depth. Do not discard the seeds. They contain concentrated proanthocyanidins that amplify the anti-inflammatory effects of the resveratrol. Eat them frozen for a refreshing snack, blend with yogurt, or add to morning oatmeal. Number 5 is one of the simplest vegetables masquerading as a fruit, with a vitamin C content that directly supports the collagen holding your muscle fibers in place. Padron peppers, the small, mild green peppers served as tapas in Spanish cuisine, contain approximately 120 milligrams of vitamin C per 100 grams. That is over 130% of the recommended daily intake for adults over 50 in a single serving. For muscle health specifically, vitamin C is the essential cofactor for collagen synthesis, and collagen is not just a skin protein. The endomysium, paramysium, and epimysium, the collagen-containing sheaths that surround every muscle fiber, fascicle, and muscle group, give muscles their structural integrity, force transmission efficiency, and resistance to injury. When collagen production declines with age, these sheaths weaken, reducing how efficiently muscle contractions translate into movement. Padron peppers also contain capsaicin in mild concentrations, just enough to produce vasodilation without the discomfort of hotter pepper varieties. Capsaicin relaxes blood vessel walls and improves peripheral circulation, ensuring that oxygen and amino acids reach muscle tissue efficiently for repair and maintenance throughout the day. Tip: sauté 5 to 6 padron peppers in extra virgin olive oil over medium heat until lightly blistered and tender. Add a pinch of turmeric while cooking. Curcumin and capsaicin work synergistically to reduce joint and muscle inflammation more effectively than either compound alone. Eat 2 to 3 times per week as a side dish or snack. Halfway through, the next 4 fruits contain compounds that target the biological mechanisms of sarcopenia more specifically than almost any conventional nutritional approach. Arbutus berries, also called madrona berries, are wild berries native to the Pacific Northwest and parts of California, grown on the distinctive arbutus tree with its smooth reddish bark. They are rarely found in commercial stores, but are available at farmers' markets and forageable in their native regions. These bright red berries contain approximately twice the vitamin C concentration of oranges, around 250 milligrams per 100 grams, alongside flavonoids and tannins that combat the chronic inflammation most directly responsible for muscle fiber degradation. The tannins in arbutus berries have a specific documented effect on protein absorption efficiency. They help tighten the gut lining in ways that improve nutrient uptake, meaning the protein you eat throughout the day is more effectively absorbed and directed toward muscle repair. For seniors whose digestive efficiency has naturally declined, this improved absorption efficiency is a meaningful practical benefit. Their flavonoid reduce the oxidative stress inside muscle cells that causes progressive fiber damage over time, working alongside the vitamin C to protect the collagen structural proteins in muscle sheaths. Tip: 4 to 5 fresh berries daily if available in your region. If fresh berries are unavailable, make a simple fruit spread by simmering them gently with lemon juice and a small amount of raw honey. Spread on whole grain toast for a muscle-supporting morning option. Pair with plain Greek yogurt for combined protein and anti-inflammatory benefit. Number 3 contains an enzyme found almost nowhere else that solves one of the most overlooked problems in senior nutrition. Golden Kiwi, the yellow-fleshed variety, is one of the most vitamin C-dense fruits available in mainstream grocery stores, providing approximately 161 milligrams of vitamin C per 100 grams. 180% of the daily recommended intake for adults over 50 in a single medium kiwi. But Golden Kiwi's most important contribution to senior muscle health is not its vitamin C. It is an enzyme called actinidin, found in meaningful concentrations almost nowhere else in the food supply. Actinidin directly improves protein digestion efficiency. After 60, the stomach's production of hydrochloric acid and digestive proteases declines significantly, meaning that a large proportion of the protein from chicken, eggs, fish, and legumes passes through partially undigested and unabsorbed. This is one of the primary reasons seniors can eat adequate protein on paper and still experience progressive muscle loss. The protein is present, but not fully accessible to the body. Actinidin from Golden Kiwi accelerates the enzymatic breakdown of dietary protein in the stomach and small intestine, making more amino acids available for absorption per meal. Research has confirmed that golden kiwi consumption meaningfully improves protein digestibility compared to control conditions, producing better amino acid availability from the same protein intake. This means that eating a golden kiwi before or alongside a protein-rich meal effectively amplifies the muscle-building impact of everything else you eat at that sitting. Tip: eat one golden kiwi on an empty stomach every morning. Actinidin is most effective when the digestive system is not already processing a large meal. Follow 30 minutes later with a protein-rich breakfast. Pair with walnuts and a drizzle of raw honey for healthy fat and anti-inflammatory support. Number 2 contains a compound that researchers found does not just slow muscle loss, but may actually begin to reverse it in some individuals. Same protein intake. This means that eating a golden kiwi before or alongside a protein-rich meal effectively amplifies the muscle-building impact of everything else you eat at that sitting. Tip: eat one golden kiwi on an empty stomach every morning. Actinidin is most effective when the digestive system is not already processing a large meal. Follow 30 minutes later with a protein-rich breakfast. Pair with walnuts and a drizzle of raw honey for healthy fat and anti-inflammatory support. Number 2 contains a compound that researchers found does not just slow muscle loss, but may actually begin to reverse it in some individuals. Loquats are golden orange fruits that ripen in late spring and grow prolifically in backyards and on street trees across the southern United States, California, and the Mediterranean. Yet most people have no idea what to do with them nutritionally. Loquats contain a plant compound called ursolic acid, found at higher concentrations in loquat skin than in almost any other commonly available fruit. And ursolic acid has drawn serious scientific attention because of what it does specifically to the biology of muscle atrophy. Ursolic acid inhibits the atrophy-related gene pathways, specifically the ubiquitin proteasome pathway, that the body uses to break down muscle protein during aging, inactivity, and inflammatory stress. When these pathways are overactive, they consume muscle tissue faster than exercise and nutrition can replace it. Ursolic acid's inhibition of this pathway slows the breakdown rate, shifting the balance toward net muscle maintenance. Research found that regular loquat consumption, approximately 200 grams daily or 4 to 6 medium fruits, produced measurable improvements in muscle maintenance in older adults, with some participants showing up to a 30% reduction in sarcopenia progression markers over the study period. Loquats are also rich in carotenoids, antioxidants that protect muscle cell membranes from oxidative deterioration, and insoluble fiber that feeds gut bacteria producing short-chain fatty acids that further reduce systemic inflammation. Tip: peel loquats, remove the seeds, and eat 4 to 6 daily when in season. For a year-round option, prepare a simple loquat compote by simmering chopped loquats with lemon juice, a pinch of cinnamon, and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, no added sugar. Eat over plain yogurt or whole grain toast. The olive oil significantly improves absorption of the fat-soluble carotenoids in the fruit. And now, the most powerful fruit on this entire list. The one that provides antioxidants, collagen support, anti-inflammatory compounds, and brain protection simultaneously, working on multiple dimensions of sarcopenia at once. Wild blackberries are the most nutritionally complex fruit on today's list, and their combination of compounds target sarcopenia through more biological mechanisms than any other single fruit in this ranking. Their deep purple-black color indicates one of the highest concentrations of anthocyanins available in any wild fruit. Anthocyanins are the anti-inflammatory plant pigments responsible for more clinical research attention than almost any other fruit compound in the context of aging and muscle health. They reduce interleukin-6, tumor necrosis factor alpha, and C-reactive protein, 3 of the inflammatory markers most directly associated with accelerated muscle breakdown in older adults. Research has found that consistent consumption of 100 grams of wild blackberries daily, approximately 10 to 15 berries, may reduce muscle breakdown rates by up to 25% in older adults with documented muscle loss. Not just slow the decline, reduce the active breakdown rate by a measurable amount that translates to real, functional improvements in daily strength. Beyond anthocyanins, wild blackberries provide vitamin C for collagen support, manganese for muscle energy metabolism, and ellagic acid, a polyphenol that has been studied for its ability to protect muscle fiber DNA from oxidative damage that impairs the muscle cell's ability to replicate and repair themselves. Wild blackberries also provide a unique benefit for brain health alongside muscle health. Their antioxidants cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce oxidative stress in the neural pathways, controlling muscle coordination and balance. Better neural control of muscle activation means improved coordination, steadier movement, and meaningfully reduced fall risk, directly addressing one of the most serious consequences of sarcopenia. Frozen wild blackberries retain essentially the same anthocyanin content as fresh, making them available and affordable year-round regardless of season. Tip: 100 grams of wild blackberries daily. Add to morning oatmeal. Blend into a smoothie with a tablespoon of flaxseed oil to amplify the omega-3 anti-inflammatory effect, or stir into plain Greek yogurt for a protein plus antioxidant combination that addresses both the inflammatory and nutritional dimensions of muscle loss simultaneously. If you live near wooded areas where wild blackberries grow, foraging them fresh in summer provides the highest anthocyanin concentration available from any source. So there you have it, 7 fruits that directly target the biology of muscle loss after 60. Prunes maintain the potassium and phenolics support your muscles, need to contract efficiently, and resist inflammatory breakdown. Red grapes restore mitochondrial function through resveratrol so your muscle cells can produce energy efficiently again. Padron peppers supply vitamin C for collagen structural integrity and capsaicin for improved muscle circulation. Arbutus berries deliver extraordinary vitamin C alongside tannins that improve protein absorption from everything else you eat. Golden Kiwi's actinidin enzyme amplifies the muscle-building impact of every protein-rich meal by improving digestive efficiency. Loquats provide ursolic acid that directly inhibits the muscle breakdown pathways that accelerate sarcopenia. And wild blackberries, through anthocyanins, manganese, ellagic acid, and neural antioxidant protection, address more dimensions of muscle loss simultaneously than any other fruit on this list. You do not need all 7 every day. Start with 2 or 3 that are most accessible to you. A handful of wild blackberries in your morning yogurt. 3 prunes as an afternoon snack. A golden kiwi before breakfast. These small, consistent daily additions compound over weeks and months into the kind of nutritional support that clinical research consistently connects to better muscle maintenance, more confident movement, and greater long-term independence. Muscle loss does not happen all at once, and neither does recovery. But with the right nutritional foundation, your body is far more capable of maintaining its strength than most people are ever told. If this video helped you, give it a like, share it with someone over 60 who deserves to know this, and subscribe to Vital Health for more practical, science-based senior health content every week. Drop your country in the comments. Which of these 7 fruits will you add first? We read every single one.